Hey, hello everyone. Hope you had a good weekend or week. So we're at the 10th, the week 10 project. So sorry, sorry about that one. I think someone mistakenly kicked me out. So okay, let me get started with the Canaways project. Okay, can you see my screen? Just okay, good. Okay, so for this week as well, we have some interesting project. So this is really interesting and has a lot of use cases as well, which is change point analysis and statistical modeling for time series data. So basically, what it means is um, detecting changes and trying to find what caused the changes. So especially in in working with data, you see a lot of changes. It could be for this case, it could be change in price of oil. It could be change in the number of shares that was sold on that specific day. It could be change in I don't know, like the number of users for that specific day. It could be changing the number of sales you have made for that day and stuff. So whenever there is a change, detecting that change and trying to associate the cause for that change is very important when we're working with data projects. So basically what it means is, so you have to identify a change and you try to identify what caused the change so that you can make that accountable for that change. So if it is a positive change, you can do it again. Or if it is a negative thing that affected your, affected you negatively, you can try to avoid it in the future. So it's very important to know how to identify change points and how to associate um, causes to those changes. So that's what you're going to be doing for this week. So for this week, you're going to be working as a data scientist at a company called Brahan Energies, which is a consulting firm that provides data-driven insights and strategies for stakeholders in the energy sector, to be specific. So for this week, or for this, for your new client, you are analyzed, like you are tasked to analyze how big political, economical events affect Brent oil price. So you can imagine, for instance, currently the price of oil has gone up, right? So what caused this oil price to go up? You can directly associate it to the war that's going on in the Middle East, right? So, like identifying when that change in the price happened and what caused this change will help you prepare for future, similar cases and events. So this will help you understand how political decisions, conflicts, and other like the decisions, conflicts, wars, and others in oil producing areas such as the Middle East and stuff, international sanctions when they happen, and OPEC policy change affect the market and the price of oil. So this will help you identify the cause for the change after you have identified the change. So it's very interesting and very useful to know. So as you know, like the price of oil is very unstable. It goes up and go down very frequently. So it's very highly volatile and highly unpredictable. So this makes it hard for investors to make good decisions, manage risk, and maximize returns. So policymakers need detailed analysis to create strategies for economic stability and energy security. So you're like having an accurate price forecast to plan operations and control costs is very important for any energy companies. So your task can be actually classified into three. The first one is identifying key events that have significantly impacted the Brent oil price over the past decades. Quantify how these events affected the price change using statistical method, and provide a clear and data-driven insight to guide investment strategies or policy development and operational planning. So for the data, we have provided you with the historical Brent oil price that starts from 1987 to September 2022. So it simply has the date and the price for that day. Okay. Okay. So let's see how we can accomplish this. Of course, the first one is laying the foundational analysis, where you define the workflow and develop a good understanding of the model and the data. So first, you need to do outline your analysis steps, research and compile the data, state assumptions and limitations, determine communication channels. And I think we can remove this one actually. Sorry about that one. Review key references that actually explain put in the document. Analyze the time series reference before modeling. You need to investigate the Brent oil price data and see the trend analysis, the stationary testing, and how volatile it is, and explains the change point models and describe the output. So the first one is doing more of research, trying to understand the models, how to model it, trying to understand the data we have provided you with, trying to understand how to do the change point analysis, trying to understand the different models there are, and trying to choose the best one from them. And so this is where the work starts. After you do your analysis, you will apply Brent the Bayesian change point detection to identify and quantify structural breaks in the Brent oil prices. So first, you need to prepare the data and do some EDA. So for this one, you need to plot. Of course, for EDA, you can plot the time series data and try to see the trends, the charts, and the period of high volatility, where is on which days or on which segment of the data when there high volatility, where there in any time or any segment of the time series that the price was very stable or so. And then you need to build your Bayesian change point analysis or model, which is PyMC. So here you will define the switch point. You will define the before and after parameters. And by using this, you will define the likelihood, and you will use this model to identify the change points. So what this tells you is we identify the points where major changes happened in the price. So this will identify the points where changes happened, and it will tell you, so on this day, there was a change, on this day, there was a change, and so on and so on. So you can go ahead and try to see, you can use Google to identify the, the causes or what happened during that time that caused the change in the price. So the model will tell you the pointers where the changes happened, and then you will do some research to identify what happened. Was there a war? Were there any sanctions that happened, and so on? And then you will associate the changes with the cause and try to quantify the impacts. Um, so here also like as an optional challenge for you, you can explore other potential factors. So here we only are like identified war, sanctions, policies, and so on. But you can also incorporate other other factors such as GDP, inflation rate, exchange rate, and so on. And then after that, you will develop a dashboard for data analysis results to communicate your analysis results. For the backend, we recommend that you use Flask, and for the front end, we recommend that you use React. So for the backend, you will have APIs that serves the data from your analysis. It will handle requests for different data sets, model outputs, and performance metrics. And for the endpoints, you should have historical price data, change point results, and event correlation data. So your endpoints should handle these like structures. And for the React frontend, you should create an interactive UI that will display the analysis result and show how different events correlate with the price changes. And it should include features such as filter and date range selection, event highlight functionality, and drill down capability for deeper insights. So we recommend that you use these libraries from React, Rechart.js, and D3. So your dashboard features should include like the historical trends in correlation with the events, allow users to see how specific events influence prices and event highlights, display key indicators, and enable date filtering and date range selection. So don't worry if you are new to React. We will have a session where we will get you started on how to use or how to set up your React workspace. Okay. So for task one, you're expected to only submit, for the interim, you're expected to submit at least your work covering task one. And for the final submission, of course, you have to submit all of the work that you have done. And yeah, for the sessions, you will have a session this afternoon with Fabian on data science workflow and change point analysis and Bayesian inference and Monte Carlo Markov chain on the tomorrow session. And you will have a session on how to build dashboards without Pyramid and getting started with Flask in the afternoon as well. So that's it. Like it's only 3 tasks, so I didn't stop in the middle because I think that it's really like 2 tasks: identifying the changes and building identifying the changes and doing research to identify the events that happened around that date, and then building an interactive dashboard to show you results. So yeah. So is there any question? Anything that's not clear? Anything that you want me to go over? Okay, Leah said, so when the model tells us about the change point, we should find the event out of. Yes, exactly. You should find it. And what you can do is you can have a .scv file that will store like the date and the event that happened so that you can actually correlate it in the dashboard. Okay, nice. Any other questions? This is a really good question. Is it clear? Is it good to go? KAIM about. Okay. Okay, I will take that as a yes. In that case, this is going to be the shortest challenge introduction that we ever had. Yeah, sure. I hope you're excited because it's a really exciting project. Yeah, okay. So if you have any question, of course, you can always come and ask on Slack. Um, and I will be more than happy to answer the question. Thank you so much for joining and for asking and participating. Let me just stop the recording.